What's going on, my Central Unit Galaxy? It's the Central Man here. So this is my predictions for WrestleMania 37 Night 1. For the second straight year in the row, WrestleMania is a two-nighted event. It's for the best, man, because the last few years, WWE got a lot of shit, a lot of criticism by the fans for producing a lot of boring-ass WrestleManias. I think it started at WrestleMania 31, and then 32, 33, 34, and 35. Not 36, because that was the first time they started doing two-nighted WrestleManias. Yeah, it was fucking boring ass long. It's about 4 to 5 hours, and no one would watch a wrestling show with about 4 to 5 hours. Don't mind 3 hours or 2 hours, but 4 to 5 hours, that is really overkilling and boring, because they put a lot of matches in those WrestleManias. It's overkilling and it's boring. I'm glad they did a two-nighted WrestleMania for last year and now for this year. I don't know if they're going to do it for 38 next year in California. By the way, this is in Tampa, Florida, because they should have done it last year, hosting WrestleMania at the, I think it's called the James Raymond Stadium in Tampa, Florida, home to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the American football team in America, the NFL team. Unfortunately, due to the start of the COVID pandemic, they kind of moved WrestleMania 36. They did, Mania 36 at the Performance Center, and now they kind of pushed the whole idea to do WrestleMania at Tampa, for this year. Next year it will be in California. That should be this year's WrestleMania, but they push it back to do WrestleMania 37 at Tampa. And, speaking of WrestleMania 38, I think it's the first time they're going to do WrestleMania in California since WrestleMania 31 way back in 2015. I have to wait until next year's WrestleMania, so let's focus on this year's WrestleMania. James Raymond Stadium in Tampa, Florida. This is a two-nighted event. We got like 7 matches in both nights. 7 matches in night 1 and 7 matches in night 2. So overall it's a 14-match card. That's the reason why they're doing like 2-night WrestleManias, because it's getting fucking boring. It's getting ridiculous, man. I need to address the whole situation. Like, it's not just WWE's doing that shit. It's fucking AEW. And also maybe Impact Wrestling, they need to stop doing these, like, putting a lot of matches on the card, putting everyone on the show. It's getting a little bit ridiculous. They've been doing it for recent years. That'll be a future video for another time. So anyway, let's predict night 1 of WrestleMania 37. So we got 7 matches in night 1. So the first match I'm going to predict is a non-tag team match. We got Miz and Morrison taking on Damian Priest, making his, I think this is his first pay-per-view match since called up to the main roster, teaming up with Bad Bunny. They're doing this whole storyline between The Miz and Bad Bunny. Not familiar to Bad Bunny. I don't really care this feud. Not familiar to Bad Bunny's work. I don't really follow a lot of hip-hop, R&B. Not familiar with his work. I think he won the 24/7 belt. This was not too long ago. That was at the Royal Rumble a couple months ago. I don't know, this situation, it's just kind of cheesy and shit. And at this moment of time, Miz and Morrison, I think the ship is sailed at this moment of time. I don't know, it's a nostalgia act. It's been, a decade since they teamed up. It's 2009 since The Miz turned on John Morrison. He became a single star, become United States champion, Mr. Money in the Bank holder, and a WWE champion. This is like in 2009 to 2010 and 2011. And they reunite for the first time for almost a decade, I felt like Miz will be the old Miz, go retro, go change his look for the tag team, Miz and Morrison, being the chain magnet Miz from those mid to late 2000s. Unfortunately, that's not the case. He's still the Miz from today's product, the Hollywood Miz without Maurice. So I'm gonna keep it short and simple. I'm end up rambling. I'm gonna go with Bad Bunny and Damian Priest getting the victory over Miz and Morrison, because this is, like I said, this is Damian Priest's first match since got called up to NXT. First pay-per-view match on the main roster. I don't think he had a match on the main roster yet. I don't know, when Damian Priest is teaming up with Bad Bunny, I think, oh my god, it's very sad that Bad Bunny's, because he was a former NXT North American champion, is all of a sudden feuding with the Miz and Morrison. He should be in that mid card title picture. I think Damian Priest, I don't see him being world champion. I can see him being like an kind of stumbled. An IC champion, that's short for Intercontinental Champion or the United States Champion, but World Champion, that's kind of like out of the question. So, anyway. So, the next match, this is a fucking schmaz, man. We got I think it's a 5-women tag team match. Winner face the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. That is Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. That'll be at night 2. This is a number 1 contenders match. So the competitors in this this women's tag team match. Winner face the women's tag team champions for night 2. We got Naomi and Lana, Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose. Sorry, man, I'm forgetting these the tag team. So yeah, we got Naomi and Lana, Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose. We got the Riot Squad. That is Ruby Riott and Liv Morgan. Natalia, Tamina, and Billie Kay and Carmella. This is Head Cheese booking. You know Head Cheese, the tag team. Al Snow and Steve Blackman way back in the Attitude Era. I don't know. This is a fucking schmaz. I don't care about the women's tag team division. They just don't have a deep enough roster to pull off some good tag teams for the women. What do you think TNA's Knockout Tag Team division end up? It was a failure for TNA at the time. Forming a Knockout Tag Team division. It never caught fire, and then they disbanded the tag team division. It was barely a tag team division when Eric Young and ODB won the belts in 2012, 2013, because it's fucking trash. NXT's doing it. I can see AEW's doing it, but I don't want to see AEW doing a women's tag team division because they just don't have a deep enough roster to pull it off. I think they did, but I don't want to see it. Enough with giving women's a chance. It's nothing enough. They kind of push that propaganda down my throats. Anyway, so enough of my rambling. I'm gonna put the Riot Squad winning this match and face Nia and Shayna at night 2 because they're the relevant tag team in this match. I'm not a big fan of Billie Kay annoying Carmella. No, Natalia's past her prime. Tamina, she's just there. Mandy Rose, wow, they just she's falling off the cliff. They never give her a push. Yeah, they put her in that relationship with Otis, but she's not. I think she should be a women's champion one day because she's got that markable look. She's beautiful and full of muscles, but unfortunately, that's not the case. I go with Ruby Riott and Liv Morgan winning this match and face Nia and Shayna at night 2. Yeah, this is gonna be a schmaz. So, anyway, the next match to predict. This is a steel cage match. We got Braun Strowman versus Shane McMahon. I don't get this rivalry, and they had a match not too long ago. I think it was in February. They had I don't know, it was a street fight. You had Shane kind of covering Braun with some Nickelodeon slime. If you watch the Choice Awards, the green Nickelodeon Choice Awards slime on Braun. Oh, come on, slime, really? It's very fucking sad that Braun Strowman 1 year ago he defeated Goldberg for the Universal title. I know it's too little, too late. I don't want to get into it, but now he's in this meaningless rivalry with Shane McMahon. I think Shane's going to win. I think Braun is done. He's done. I'm gonna go with Braun getting the victory. I don't think Shane's doesn't really need to win this match because I want to see Shane backstage. I don't want to see him on television at this moment of time. He's been in WWE's television for nearly 5 years since he came back. For 5 years he's in multiple matches and feuds with The Undertaker, Kevin Owens, AJ Styles, The Miz, Roman Reigns. The list goes on and on and on. So yeah, the next match. This is another meaningless match. We got Seth Rollins versus Cesaro. Almost like Cesaro. Rollins versus Cesaro. This is meaningless. This is a tricky one People say Cesaro. This is likely to be Cesaro's final match in WWE. I'm sorry, he's been misused. I'm sorry. I think the reason why I want Cesaro keep in the company because I think he's gonna. If he's gonna get released, he's likely going to AEW. Vince doesn't want, those wrestlers who's unhappy with WWE going to another wrestling company. Basically, the main competition is AEW because what they did to Brody Lee, Luke Harper, they had 6 months to his contract because he doesn't want to go to AEW. I think they're gonna do the same thing as Cesaro. And not too long ago, they did it with an Andre. Was it an Andre? I can't pronounce his name properly, but. Yeah, I know he's released right now, but they stopped him leaving WWE. Anyway, I'm gonna go Rollins. If it's Cesaro's last, if not, but I could see Cesaro leaving after WrestleMania. I think it's best for him. Probably go to whether it's AEW or Ring of Honor or Impact Wrestling. You might do better than WWE. He's fucking buried. He haven't won a single title since 2012 when he was the United States champion. He's been in a tag team with Nakamura and Sheamus and Tyson Kidd and Jack Swagger, the real Americans. But he's never gone into that singles title picture for months. He got chased into that IC title picture and the United States title picture. Never won a singles title belt for nearly, a decade, 7 to 8 years. It's getting really pathetic, man, nearly a decade actually, but you get my drift. So yeah, I'll go Rollins being Cesaro. I think that's it. Yeah, we've got the title matches. So yeah, we'll focus on let's focus on predicting the championship matches on the show. So yeah, we got this is another tag team match. This is for the Raw Tag Team Championships. We got the New Day, representing the New Day. We got Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. No Big E because Big E's on SmackDown. Sorry. They defend the Raw Tag Team Championships against AJ Styles and Omos. This is Omos' first match since he's debuted. He's AJ Styles' bodyguard. My theory that Omos is gonna be another Great Khali, another Giant Gonzalez. He's there for his size. And he's probably he's just basically, you got good workers, could carry Omos to the good match, AJ, Xavier, and Kofi, but I don't want to see that. The tag team division in both Raw and SmackDown is fucking dead. Compared to AEW, they had one of the best, so far today, one of the best tag team division in pro wrestling, but in WWE, it's non-existent, I was pissed off when they did the whole thing, breaking up the Hurt Business, having the Hurt Business, Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin dropping the tag team titles from to the New Day and broke up the New Day. I'll get to that rant when I predict the WWE title match for night 1. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna go with AJ and Omos winning the belts. I'm sick of the New Day at this moment. They've been around for nearly 7 years. Enough's enough. They're gonna let's put the New Day. Yeah, they have to go with a tag team title. You have to go with the championships. A tag team title. Whether it's the Raw SmackDown, the SmackDown Tag Team Championships and a Raw Tag Team Championships. Any tag team championship they have to go with. They don't really need the tag team belts at this moment of time. They need to break up once and for all, man. So yeah, I'll go with AJ and Omos winning the belts from Kofi and Xavier. And then we got the SmackDown Women's Championship match. We got the boss Sasha Banks taking on Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair won the Women's Royal Rumble match early this year to face the SmackDown Women's Champion, that is Sasha Banks. Short and simple. I said short and simple, but I'm kind of rambling. I'm going to go with Bianca Belair beating Sasha for the title, man. I think this is the right moment of time to push the trigger on a Bianca Belair title win because, at this moment of time, Sasha's time as the SmackDown Women's Champion is at an end. It's a really fucking shame they're not going to go into that situation, that title, a rematch between Sasha versus Bayley 3. And I think Bayley said it not too long ago that there is no plans for WWE has no plans for Bayley wrestle at WrestleMania for this year. It's fucking sad because She hold the SmackDown Women's title belt for nearly 1 year and drop it to Sasha Banks at Hell in a Cell. But she's just like an afterthought at this point, Bayley. And I think they said like Bayley pitched whole ideas, but they kind of ignore it. That's fucking shady shit, man. Anyway, I go with Bianca Belair getting the victory because if she'd lost this match, there's no proper babyface out there for Sasha Banks. We're gonna have her against Carmella. No, thank you. Natalya, no. Tamina, no. Mandy Rose, I don't mind seeing her against Mandy Rose. That'll be fun to see. I think like she could be relevant. I think she'll be close of. She's kind of like women's title material for Mandy Rose, but unfortunately that's not really the case. So yeah, I think Bianca needs to win that title on the show. I don't know. They're kind of teasing which one's gonna turn heel. Is it Bianca or Sasha? I think Sasha needs to turn heel more than Bianca because she was okay as a babyface. Her babyface run between 2016 until 2019 when turned heel, joined forces with Bayley. They become the women's tag team champions. They don't really need Sasha turning babyface. She was the babyface. She was fine as a babyface, but great as a heel. So yeah, I go Bianca defeat Sasha for the SmackDown Women's Championship. And moving on to the main event. The main event, we got Bobby Lashley with MVP in his corner defending the WWE Championship against Drew McIntyre. This is a rematch from Backlash last year. And this came off after WWE, Vince broke up the Hurt Business, have Lashley beaten down both Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin. That is bullshit. It's typical Vince shit because every time like a wrestler or faction, gaining momentum, gaining some buzz, Vince has to find a way to fuck it up. And I knew it. It never lasts long. They formed last year in 2020, broke up barely almost a year. It's so stupid as fuck because Vince never get with the times. Why fixing is not broken? Because, I feel like it's a shame that we never got a chance to see how the real fans in the react to the Hurt Business. I think they will be more over, man. It's just dumb, stupid shit. I could see, MVP forming another version of the Hurt Business, adding 2 more members, but that's not going to happen. Probably have Samoa Joe. They might bring back Cedric Alexander, but he kicked out Shelton Benjamin. It's just bullshit, man. What Vince is doing. It's just typical Vince. He's so his ego is so bloated. You broke up one of the best factions in WWE today, and because they're doing well, selling good merchandise, and Lashley's the fucking champion. Benjamin and Alexander are the tag team champions. They were the tag team champions, but they dropped the tag team titles to the New Day. It's just Vince. He's never get with the times. Anyway. So at this moment in time, Drew's time as going into that WWE title picture is nearly at an end. I think there's rumors like fans are turning against Drew a bit. I think it's a shame Drew never got that chance with a live audience as the WWE champion. Never got that, what Drew's going to be as champion. We never got a chance to see because of the COVID pandemic. He had a great 2020, winning the Rumble, winning the WWE Championship last year's WrestleMania, holding the belt the whole bulk of 2020. And he dropped the title to Randy Orton, regained the title, and then dropped it to the fucking Miz at the Elimination Chamber, pay-per-view, sorry. After I think he defended at the Elimination Chamber match for Raw, and then, the whole thing is all mixed up. You have Miz winning the title at Elimination Chamber pay-per-view in February, and then, a week later, he dropped the title to Lashley. I don't know. This is kind of fucking mixed up, and at this point, there's no build to this, but I'm still really looking forward to it. They had a good match last year at Backlash, so I go with Bobby Lashley getting the win. I don't want to see Drew winning the title because it makes no sense having Lashley winning the title in March and dropping it in April. Makes no sense. Have a champion winning the title one month and dropping the title the following month. Makes no sense. But on the other hand, if Lashley defeats Drew, they need another babyface out there. There's barely any babyface out there. I think the best thing he needs to do after WrestleMania is turn AJ babyface. I think AJ's better off as a babyface more than a heel. He's okay as a heel, but he's just more of a beloved babyface, they need more babyfaces more than heels. There's too much heels, not enough babyfaces. It's so confusing right now in this product. It's unbalanced. Too much heels, not enough babyfaces, man. They need to focus more of the good guys, less of the bad guys. That's just me. So, yeah, I'll go with Lashley defeating Drew and then give him a proper run. I give him a proper run until I don't see him holding the title for 1 year. He'll probably hold it until SummerSlam, probably who's going to be next. Randy Orton, not really Kevin Owens. Actually, Kevin Owens is on SmackDown. Could be a feud with AJ Styles. That'd be good to see. They never fought before. Bobby Lashley versus AJ Styles. That'd be good to see. I want to see that. That'd be good to see. It'd be better off have Lashley as the heel and AJ as the babyface. But the only thing you need to do is break away from Omos. Evan Omos is gonna get released, man. I'm sorry, he's not that good. He's definitely size, but he's definitely size. But I don't know. I can't judge him yet because I haven't saw him wrestle. But I can see him, stink up the joint. Him and AJ as a tag team. I see him winning. They're gonna have a typical WWE basic thing. They're gonna have AJ Omos holding the belts. Probably drop it 2 months later. That'd be good for AJ. And then you could put AJ back in that world title picture and face Lashley. I want to see that at SummerSlam. But never say never. But Vince gonna change plans until August. So anyway, that's it. I covered 7 matches on the card. You had Rollins Cesaro. You had Shane versus Braun in the cage. The multi-man women's tag team match. Winner faced the women's tag team champions Nia and Shayna for night 2. The SmackDown women's title match, the Raw tag team title match, and the WWE Championship match. And also Miz and Morrison versus Bad Bunny and Damon Priest. 7 matches I covered. So hope you enjoy my review. My predictions for WrestleMania 37 Night 1. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Smash the like button and subscribe to the Central Man Network on YouTube. And my review of Night 1 of WrestleMania will be tomorrow. It'll be tomorrow on Monday, because I'm from the UK. It's gonna be Sunday and Monday where I'm from. So this is Central Man Official signing out. Check you later.